Live from WCTI 12, this is News 12 Now at 6.
Now at 6, Donnie is busy tracking Tropical Storm Aaron for us. Donnie, you have an update tonight?
Well, we have the update, and this could potentially become the first hurricane and potentially the first major hurricane of the season. And it's well out in the Atlantic, though. We'd like to keep it there. Take a look. Here's the numbers that we do have right now. As you take a look, the Tropical Storm Aaron continues to be a couple of hundred miles to the west-northwest of the Cabo Verde Islands. That's the islands that you see just about in the center of your screen. And again, 45-mile-per-hour winds moving to the west at 21. And notice that this could become a hurricane Wednesday into Thursday, possibly a major hurricane as we get into the weekend. Still, the models are indicating that this will turn to the north. Now, we do have a flash flood warning until 6:30. That is for the areas Greenville south and west, and that's because of some rain that we have had coming down in heavy amounts in a short amount of time. So, flash flood warning that does continue until 6:30. You can see on radar that we still have quite a bit of rain in that same area, although the heavier rain right now, Greenville south to Kinston, back over to Snow Hill, and then to the east over toward Washington. Even New Bern has some heavier rain right now. This is the moderate to heavy rain and some of the downpours that we've been mentioning that we could see this afternoon. And as you take a quick look at the radar, we'll zoom in and show you those areas, even with some lightning in and around Greenville and Washington right now. We've been seeing some on the camera at Chocowinity. And then the yellow and the gold in the areas of orange and red, that's where we're seeing the heavier rain, just about along Highway 70 and on to the north. So we'll continue to track that. Otherwise, what we're looking for the rest of the evening are for those temperatures to continue to be up and down a little bit. I'll break down the latest coming up in a couple of minutes.
All right, Donnie, and we always want to stay ready. That's why happening in less than 30 minutes, you can learn more about hurricane preparedness in Jones County. The National Weather Service hosting the event at the Jones County Civic Center. Again, that starts in about 30 minutes at 6:30. And as we continue into the peak of hurricane season, grab your phone and scan this QR code here on your screen. It'll take you to our News 12 YouTube channel. There you'll find all of our videos about preparedness, including our 2025 Tracking the Tropics Hurricane Special. A lot of good information in that video. And a little rain did not stop the Little League Softball World Series Championship game, and the tournament brings big business to Greenville. The week-long tournament, it wrapped up yesterday. News 12's Chris Young now joins us live from Elm Street Park, where it all took place. Now, Chris, this brought thousands of visitors to our area.
Tyler, people from all over the world flocked to Greenville for the biggest youth softball tournament in the world. And while they were here, they ate and shopped at local businesses. With the city seeing thousands of visitors and over $1.5 million from this year's tournament, businesses throughout the city felt the effects.
We always look forward to it. It's always a big event that comes into town, and I knew a lot of the restaurants and everybody benefited, which was phenomenal.
Holistic co-manager Matthew Pizzo says he enjoyed seeing people from all over visiting his business. It was a sentiment shared by Ariana Niehaus, the owner of Uptown Nutrition, who says she got a head start leading up to the tournament.
I went and dropped off some gift cards, so we saw some of those come back in. So it was really, really cool to see foot traffic being around at Greenville, as well as getting to meet people from all over the country. It was really cool.
Following a slow summer in the downtown area due to construction, business owners tell me the foot traffic from the tournament was a much-needed boost to their bottom lines.
We did see a little bit of a dip because of the different ways around getting the one-way traffic, all the different things. But yes, so seeing the Little League World Series traffic was definitely helpful.
Now, business owners are looking forward to the return of ECU students in just under a couple of weeks. Live in Greenville, I'm Chris Young with News 12.
All right, Chris, thanks. And the defending champion Pitt County girls played in the early afternoon game yesterday. North Carolina ended the tournament in 4th place. The Pennsylvania team defeated Indiana 1-0 to win the championship.
Emerald Isle is getting a brand new fire station. The town just hired a contractor to get the project off the ground. Our Mary Grace Armistead shows us what it means to the community.
Val, Emerald Isle's Board of Commissioners has awarded a contract to D.R. Reynolds Company to design a new fire station 2 located right across from Eastern Regional Beach Access, which is right behind me, that station right there. Now, the full project is expected to cost around $3 million and be covered by federal grant money. Now, alone, the $265,000 price tag covers the design phase, paid entirely by federal grant. The new station will replace the current one on the eastern end of town, which has been in service since 1983 and is now considered too small and outdated. Emerald Isle Ocean and Fire Chief Matthias says after 2 years of the process, it's great to see it come to life.
It feels great, even just to see the painted lines here on the ground from the service utilities that were located yesterday. It's a new process, and obviously seeing that ball start to move forward and getting something down here for our community and also for our crew members, it feels great.
Plans for the new facility include garage bays for at least 3 fire and EMS vehicles, living quarters, and office space. It's designed to better protect emergency equipment and improve service for that side of town. Now, construction is expected to start in early 2026, with the station opening in spring of 2027. But design work has already been underway and should finish by the end of this year. But reporting in Emerald Isle, I'm Mary Grace Armistead, News 12.
Mary Grace, thank you. Happening right now, Beaufort Town Commissioners are meeting. They're discussing whether the town should approve installing a proposed fuel farm. This is all part of Beaufort's waterfront project aimed at revitalizing the town's docks over 3 to 5 years. A committee has recommended installing a 26,000-gallon fuel tank. The project is planned for the Front Street side of the town's western parking lot. We'll have an update on the decision tonight on News 12 Now on Fox at 10 and right here on ABC at 11. In Onslow County, a $14 million project officially takes a big step forward.
Today, leaders gathered in Burton Park welcoming what will be a new medical office for Onslow Memorial Hospital. Our Abby Bradshaw joins us with the plans and what we can expect.
The new building will be at 172 Corridor Boulevard. It's near the Veteran Services Building. The big goal to boost economic development and develop southwest Onslow County. Officials say it's a project that's been in the works for about 3 years. The 34,000 square foot building is planned to be used as a family practice. However, it's a mixed use facility, meaning it could also host retail and restaurants. Vice Chair of the Onslow County Hospital Authority, Pat Alford, says this is an important location.
Just access. I mean, there's tremendous access here in terms of the roadways to get into this site. It's not congested. Easy in, easy out.
You know, anything we can do to keep people in their neighborhood so that they're not out driving on Western Boulevard and driving across the county to different areas, then it'll help with our traffic problems. It'll help with our development. It'll help in a lot of different ways.
The project is part of a public-private partnership between Trask Land Company and Onslow County. The 730-acre property was bought in 1997. It's already home to several businesses and amenities. Officials expect to open this facility in January 2027. Live in studio, I'm Abby Bradshaw, News 12.
All right, Abby, thank you. And coming up, search for multiple suspects in Eastern Carolina. We have those details next.
Plus, a teen now faces an attempted murder charge in an incident that injured a 12-year-old. What we know coming up next on News 12 Now at 6.
A suspect is arrested in a weekend shooting. Kinston police have arrested Cheyenne Harris this morning for a shooting that injured a 12-year-old. Harris is in the Lenoir County Jail tonight. She is charged with attempted murder and felony conspiracy. Officers say the 12-year-old was shot in the arm yesterday on Dixon Street. The child did receive medical treatment. If you have any information, contact Kinston Lenoir County Crime Stoppers.
A Jacksonville man is now charged with hitting an officer with an ATV. This happened in Wilmington. Police there arrested 32-year-old Jawan Ferguson. They say the officer stopped him Saturday night. Police say he was driving recklessly in downtown Wilmington near South Front and Dock Streets. Ferguson now faces charges for assault, speeding to elude arrest, and reckless driving. For a full list of charges, you can visit our website.
Take a look here at your screen. Do you recognize these people? Jacksonville police are searching for them in connection to a larceny at Target. They say it happened on Saturday, August 2nd. They appear to be driving a beige Chevrolet Trailblazer. If you have any information, know who they are, call Jacksonville Police. And this Wednesday in Jacksonville, police are answering your questions. Officers will gather in front of the community center at Sandy Run Apartments at 6:45 in the evening. They'll answer any questions you may have and provide an opportunity to get to know who is on the force.
Also tonight, Craven County Sheriff's deputies need your help identifying a person in connection with a theft. They're searching for the male you see here on your screen. The incident happened on Wynn Circle in Vanceboro. If you recognize the person or this van right here on the right, contact the Craven County Sheriff's Office. You can remain anonymous by submitting a tip through the Craven County Crime Stoppers app. And tonight, a Greenville man faces 29 charges. The FBI received a tip about elderly exploitation and identity theft. Pitt County Sheriff's Office detectives investigated the allegations. They are now charging this man, Jeffrey Rouse Jr., with elder exploitation, identity theft, and attempt to obtain property by false pretenses. Detectives worked with multiple agencies. More charges are expected. Visit our website for additional information.
Well, we have quite a bit of rainfall across eastern Carolina. Plus, as you look back to the west, you can see even some flood warnings back toward Raleigh. I'll show you how long you can expect this rain to stick around, and we'll check the tropics. Well, as we head into the tropics, we are tracking Aaron, and the latest information on Aaron coming off of the African coast. You can see it moving out into the Atlantic. These are the Cabo Verde Islands. Latest information for Aaron, 45-mile-per-hour winds moving to the west at 21. Notice on the spaghetti models, we take off across the west pretty much tied together on the spaghetti models. This is on Thursday when this could become a Category 1 hurricane. By the weekend, just north of the islands could actually become a Category 3 or a major hurricane. Models trying to indicate a turn to the north, as you can see, and we've been seeing that for the past several days, but we'll continue to track it and narrow it down for you as we head through this week and into next weekend. Now, a couple of other areas we're keeping an eye on. This is the one area just to the south of Nova Scotia that popped up. It's over the Gulf Stream, but it's going to drift over the cooler waters of the northern Atlantic, and only about a 10% chance of development. This is the area we've been watching for about a week now, and it's just had trouble getting its footing, and you can see about a 10% chance of development as this starts to drift off to the north into the cooler waters as well. We do have this one area in the Gulf. It really doesn't have a chance of developing. It is a low that the Hurricane Center started this afternoon to mention, but it's going to move inland, and it should be inland before it has a chance to develop into a system. Now, as you take a look to the north in our area today, we do have flash flood warning until 6:30. This is for Pitt County, south and west of Greenville, and we have a flood advisory for the western part of Beaufort County, this area that you see in Pitt County, and then in the northern part of Greene County. That runs until 7 o'clock because of the rain. Here's what we're seeing as far as that rain is concerned. Quite a bit of activity, and again, you can certainly see quite a bit of lightning to go along with it, but notice the lightning has been diminishing somewhat, but the rain sticking around, and that's what's creating that flood concerns in these areas where we've seen quite a bit of rain in a short amount of time. Let's go in and take a look right around Greenville, Winterville, Chicago, over to Washington to near Bath as you make your way to Vanceboro, and also Kinston up to Snow Hill, Farmville, back over to Greenville, Grifton, Ayden picking up on this as well. Most of the heavier rain is north of Highway 70, and it looks like as we head south, still some pockets of some moderate rain, but most of this is green, indicating the light rain out there this afternoon. Now let's take a look. Here's what we expect for the rest of the evening. Those showers will hang around for a while after midnight. It looks like we may break the clouds up a little bit, and the showers moving offshore by tomorrow morning. And we'll be back right around 70 degrees as you make your way more to the inland, right around the 70-degree mark, mid-70s along the Crystal Coast and the Onslow beaches. And it looks like for the rest of tonight, warm and muggy as well. Otherwise, 7-day forecast. Here's what we have in play. It looks like as of right now that we will see the temperatures back up to near 90 degrees as we head into the first part of the week. But again, for the weekend and the middle part of next week, those temperatures certainly starting to heat up again. That is something that we'll keep an eye on with that heat index trying to climb up again as well. And as always, you can keep up with the latest information on your phone. It's real simple to do. You can download the mobile app, and as you download that on your phone, what you have the opportunity to do is see all the latest information. You can actually point your camera at that code on your screen, and you can go and download the app, and everything that you need will be at your fingertips.
Donnie, thanks, and we hope the weather holds out for this one. Tomorrow in Jones County, it's National Night Out in the town of Maysville. It starts at 6 in the evening at William Frost Park. Organizers say it's a great way to connect with neighbors, law enforcement, and first responders while enjoying a fun evening. Also tomorrow in New Bern, Riverside Leadership Academy will celebrate a milestone. Leaders are hosting a ribbon cutting to open the brand new K-8 school building. It's happening at 2 on the school's new campus on Old Airport Road. To see our exclusive tour of the school with Executive Director Siobhan Brewer, visit the WCTI News 12 YouTube channel.
Very exciting there, and students are heading back to class across Eastern Carolina very soon. Staff and students at Beaufort County Community College want you to have a fresh start with a free haircut. The college's barbershop is offering free back-to-school cuts. Barber students will cut K-12 students' hair, and also any school employee too. No appointment needed. The barbershop is on West Main Street in Washington. Well, still to come on News 12, the Panthers and Pirates were back on their respective practice fields today.
And Aiden Grifton has a new head coach this season. We check in to see how he's leading the charge for the Chargers. Brian North is up next with sports.
The Carolina Panthers getting ready for week 2 of their preseason schedule. They're going to Houston this week, where they have a joint practice scheduled with the Texans Thursday. Then they play Houston Saturday afternoon, but get this, it's a 1 p.m. kickoff if you're planning out your weekend schedule. The starters look good in their brief appearance against the Cleveland Browns. Bryce Young led a TD drive connecting with his young receivers, including Jalen Coker for this touchdown. Coker, who made the team last year as a free agent rookie, he certainly is trying to make a roster spot again this year.
When guys are playing fast, it tells me they know what's going on, that they've been studying and they feel confident, and that's what we've seen out of him. It was great to have Hunter back out there today, running around, getting some one-on-one reps and all that. So it's a very competitive room, and I'm excited to see, as we continue to have these preseason opportunities, to see the guys we can count on.
It's going to be interesting to see who they keep in that wide receiver room. Canales named Austin Corbett the starting center today. Panthers going to practice in Charlotte tomorrow, then travel to Houston Wednesday. College football, ECU back at work today. The Pirates getting ready for their second and final intra-squad scrimmage Friday night. The ECU defense flying around in their first intra-squad scrimmage. New defensive coordinator Josh Aldridge likes what he sees so far, but he says they're just figuring it out as they go through the process.
You got 3 processes you're going through in fall campuses. First thing is you're trying to figure out who's on the bus, right? Okay, and then you got to figure out what the right seats are for them to sit in, right? And then you got to figure out the direction that bus is going, right? So I think we know who's on the bus right now. Okay, I think right now we're still figuring out, like you're saying, who's sitting in what seat, whether that be a 1 or a 2 or at this position or that position. And then once we solidify that, then you determine, okay, schematically, what fits these guys best.
Good analogy. The Pirates put on the full pads again tomorrow. They continue to get closer to their season opening game at NC State August 28th. High school football, Aiden Grifton has a new head coach. It's Garrett Wingate. Wingate takes over the Chargers program from Paul Cornwell. Paul is now the county AD, and Garrett says it wasn't broke when Paul was the head coach, so there isn't much fixing to do, especially when he has a two-way star E.J. Ruffin at running back and linebacker.
You know, Coach Cornwell set up an amazing culture and everything that he's doing. We're just trying to continue what he did. We'll have some wrinkles here and there, but it's easy to just to come in and just kind of just take over. I haven't really felt like I'm the head coach. I feel like I'm doing the same exact thing I was already doing, just more paperwork. But no, everything's good. It just keeps it rolling. It's already set up for me. EJ's the leader of the team. There's no doubt about that. One of the best running backs in the state. I'm going to highlight him and really rely on him, but try to find other people to fill in key places.
Certainly it's going to be another interesting year in Littlefield. The Chargers opened their season at Princeton August 22nd, but now with Garrett Wingate as the head coach. Congratulations to the Wilson Tobbs. They're your 2025 Pettit Cup champions for the first time ever. The Tobacco Worms rallied from down 9-1 to beat Forest City 10-9. Chase Waddell, the bases clearing double to give Wilson a 10-9 lead that they didn't give up. They beat Forest City in 2 straight games to win their first ever CPL title. The Tobbs have been a member of the Coastal Plains since it formed in 1997, so their first title in 28 years, and they are celebrating. You can catch the rest of your ENC sports on our website. That's WCTI12.com, including all of the Little League World Series coverage that Luke Schwartz was able to provide over this last week. I'm Brian North for News 12.
And you can see the showers on the 7-day. We do have showers that's creating some flooding to the north. Let's see.
All right. Rain jackets are getting a lot of use.
Take it easy.